Morning. August 8th, Sunday. Boy, we need some prayers. Hey, we're going to jump right back into county business. So I guess Stan's gone, but Larry jacked it all up, and the commissioners lost control of what was going on this past week. And Larry and them, Larry went and chased Stan down on his day off. Stan lawyered up, and now I think all us citizens are paying for Stan Sunday some salary. We're going to do some public records requests and see what these documents say. I think Stan's getting paid through November, man. We're going to figure out what's going on, because this is the only place I know where you can break the law and get caught at it like Sidney Noyes did as an attorney. And you're allowed to resign. You get your vacation time and all this money instead of an investigation. This makes no sense. And if you'll go look already on the agenda for Tuesday's BCC meeting, this is even harder to believe. But under Danny Glidewell, I guess this is Stan's replacement, operations inspector. Some new job's going to pop up, and it says report directly to the BCC. Now, word on the street has it that they want Gary Madison. Gary Madison got fired years ago for the Bayou Bills domestic violence incident that's on the website. 2 years ago, Gary couldn't even be an employee, but Trey Nick hired him to be Scott Brannon's basic secretary, because Scott doesn't write really. He just got paid to be a figurehead. Now, he wasn't even eligible to be a county employee, so Madison was hired by Trey Nick as a contractor, and then evidently they changed the policy to allow him to come back. And the next thing you know, he's damn near going to be reporting to the BCC as the number 2 person in the county. Now, this is a man who could have not gotten a job in the county had Trey Nick not gave him one. Because they said they fired him because of policy violations, and he worked in HR. This is ridiculous. If that's who they do this with, this is just one massive cover-up. And they say, Boots ain't said a damn word. And if we have to, I heard Suzanne Harris is going to nail them with a subpoena. We have got to stop this garbage. They can't fix this in closed doors. And I hope people out there realize, do you want this in your government? If you know these people, does it make sense? I want you to look over there to the left. Right next to Tony Anderson, they're standing next to the American flag, and they can't follow the basic rules, or they can't make their staff do it. America is failing because of crap like this. This is little penny ass, interrelated. This is garbage, this nepotism of what's going on and trying to cover up the truth. And our commissioners have let this guy run a 3-ring circus. Listen to this. This man, this county administrator right here, I'm going to tell you one of the things he did. If you go watch my video on the list, this bastard behind me and some other people, Sidney Noyes, Stan, and an attorney, they use the authority of you, the people, to make some accusations against me with lawyers that they hired with your money that they couldn't prove. I'm a citizen, and because they had screwed up at a settlement, in vengeful action, they took the authority of their county positions, and they had a lawyer call a U.S. attorney and propose something I had done according to them that there was no evidence of. And I spent several years to prove that there was no evidence of. And the U.S. attorney had to give me a paper saying the allegations had been made by Walton County. And this is who made them. Him, Sidney Noyes, Stan. Are you seeing how that worked out for you, Stan? Bye-bye. Yeah, that and some other things Stan still needs to be investigated on. But Larry and Stan have investigated employees. They not only used the legal system against me or tried to, they've used the legal system and hired targeted employees to do investigation on employees that would have opened up the door and people would have saw skeletons in the closet. And so they were taken out. This man and Stan helped launch an investigation for an unlicensed general contractor that I had complained to the county about. They helped him. They took your money, your taxpayer money, where he was breaking the rules. You know why? Because Larry has to cover up this $500 million development fraud. He's been in the middle of it for probably 17, 18 years, 19 years. About 2002, 2003, Larry Jones has been embedded in this. So what's going to happen, people? Coming up in Freeport this Friday, we're going to start taking back this county. There's supposed to be I see a bunch of people up there at the Horsepower Pavilion. We're going to start about code enforcement, and we cannot tolerate this in America. We can't. These people behind us are running with scissors right now, and they don't have any control over the county. Larry Jones is a single point of failure. And if we recycle garbage by appointing Gary Madison to anything, because Madison was involved in the thing that Clay was in trouble with Stan on the employees in HR. No, you can't make this up. Yeah, the thing, this job that was created and the complaints by the HR people that they had to take restraining orders against this person who was charged in safety of a job that they created for him without the permission of the board. This county is not a government. It's a three-ring circus of nepotism, friends and family pavers program. And we, the people, are not getting our money's worth. And more than that, that's why people don't trust the government in America. How can you trust them when you have an election like that? How can you trust them after what's happened with COVID? And how can you trust them when they just look the other way when people run across the border and run to Florida? And how can you trust the people behind me when it's obvious the people that work for them, they don't work for these people. These people are supposed to be making sure they drive this ship. Something is big time wrong in this county. And if they don't do anything about it, you'll all pay, and you'll continue to pay. And if you don't think that the people who basically destroyed this county, they want to keep the same ring of people. Your bay is being polluted. It's the biggest cover up this county's ever made. Your traffic on 98 in many places is completely out of compliance, and planning doesn't want to tell you. And Larry won't tell you anything. This is Stonewall Jackson here, and he thinks he's entitled to do whatever he wants with our government. Let's tell the commissioners to get rid of him and launch an investigation. Maybe we need to start a petition to contact the governor. Y'all please call Matt Getz and ask him, is our county allowed to certify bank loans that properties are compliant when they know they're not? Issue certificates of occupancy when they're out of ordinance? We got to stop this. It's not funny. It's killing America. Somebody has to stand up. And Aaron Lewis has a new song out. I want you to think about it. Am I the only one? Look up the video, explicit version, and ask yourself, is it come down to that? Because I can tell you one thing. This man behind me ain't never wore a uniform for America. And to my knowledge, none of these have either. How easy the Constitution is broken. And people say, oh, I'm a cop, I protected and served, and that is true. Police ain't an easy job, especially nowadays, and these guys served mostly a long time ago. But today I would say it was hard. But think about this. If a young man or woman enters the Army, if they go on one rotation overseas to a combat zone of 6 months, which is usually the minimum, they'll spend more time and more nights away from home, laying in harm's way, and not go home to their family than the average policeman will in a 30-year career. Because policemen go home at night, unless hopefully something doesn't happen to them. But a soldier stays away forever on his deployment until he comes home. And he or she is there until relieved of duty, so that we can all have these constitutional rights. And you're watching America be destroyed by them. And the guys behind me that won't do anything about taking the government back and have created a single point of failure, they need to be held responsible. So write your commissioners, write somebody, call your congressman or write him and say, we need an investigation. I'm Alan Osborne, and if you're not producing documents and bringing something to the table, you're not part of the solution unless you're writing these people and calling. Anyway, y'all keep them straight out there. It's Sunday, August 8th, and the county is turned inside out. Tune in soon to find the next update as the Walton turns in Walton Gate.